live from it is the Adventurous Joe Show's 5th season premiere. Host of the Adventurous Joe Show, the Adventurous Joe himself, Joseph Michaels! Everyone, and welcome to Season 5 premiere of the Adventurous Joe Show. I am your host, as always, the Adventurous Joe, and what the f*** am I doing on Hoth? Seriously, I've asked my producer about this twice now! Why am I on Hoth? Seriously, people, I'm freezing my damn ass out! Anyways, we've got a great new comic book review for you from Papercutz, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Book 1 trade paperback. You're going to want to hear all about this. And we've also got our video game review of The Evil Within, which I think my producer is that evil incarnate person putting me on Ice Planet Hoth. Ice Station Zebra, indeed. Also, we've got our movie review of Sony's The Interview. Seriously, that one makes you want to gag a spoon. And North Korea was willing to go to war over this? Also, we've got our anime review of Outlaw Star. And last but not least, our Cosplayer of the Week for 2015, our first one for 2015. Now, while I go inside of Echo Base and try to get a little warmer, we're gonna cut to things in a moment with our comic book review coming up next. For our first comic book review of 2015, and it is of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rita Repulsa's Attitude Adjustment, trade paperback. Now, this is done by Papercutz, and you would not believe how excellent this is. This is actually a comic book. This is actually a comic book graphic novel. Seriously, it starts off like that. Little info about your favorite Power Rangers. And then it jumps right into a comic book. How awesome is this? Seriously. Papercutz did a fantastic job creating this story. These are actually original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stories they're redoing into comic book format and stuff that have never been released on television even. I mean, seriously. This is big stuff. Now in this one, Rita Repulsa's Attitude Adjustment, basically the Rangers end up switching bodies. Seriously, like that's not been done before, but this is different. Even their morphing has been screwed up. That when Trini tries to transform into the Yellow Ranger, she becomes the Pink Ranger. When Kimberly tries to turn into the Pink Ranger, she becomes the Yellow Ranger. And so on and so on and so on. It's like a total screw up, all because of one ancient statue that Rita brought to life and made it into a monster. This thing literally trashes the Megazord. I mean, seriously bad. I mean, where is it here? You gotta see this to believe this. right there. Boom! It trashed the Megazord. Look at that shit. Stuff, excuse me. Now, this little baby is $7.99 cover price. However, go on Amazon.com, you can get it for around $5. Seriously, $5. Not bad. Considering it's an awesome little trinket, I'm going with a 10 out of 10 on this thing. I loved how it went and turned out perfectly and stuff. It just brought to life the Power Rangers like you've never seen them before and stuff. The comic book itself was great. The information on the real Rangers, even better. High recommendation, you try it out for yourselves, and badass seal of approval for the hot action in it, especially how the Megazord getting turned inside out by this monster. It was just unbelievable. Either way, my final verdict on this one is a 10 out of 10, badass seal of approval, and high recommendation you try it out for yourself. Check it out for yourself. If you're a Power Ranger fan, you are going to love this. Okay. That's it for our first comic book review of 2015. Now, starting next week, we're going to be switching off and on from the comic book review with a brand new segment called Cosplayer Spotlight. Basically, we're going to be spotlighting cosplayers of old and new, talking about what they do besides cosplaying and so on and so forth. And you'll be very surprised on who our first cosplayer of the Cosplayer Spotlight is going to be about. You'll have to tune in next week to find out. And I will not be on Ice Planet Hoth again. Not! You hear me? Either way, let's move on to our video game review. Coming up. Welcome to this week's video game review, the first one of 2015, and it is on The Evil Within. Now, this is a multi-platform based game. It is on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, PC. You can get it on all of those. All 5 of those console systems, basic, or PC, whatever you want to call it. Either way, move over. Resident Evil 6 survival horror at its best has returned. Now, before we show you some of this amazing gameplay footage and stuff, let's tell you more about this baby. It's like a mixture of Amnesia, old school Resident Evil, and so on and so forth. Okay? It does not have like Resident Evil 6 had, where it was a bunch of stupid crap. Seriously. It's got an amazing story behind it, and so much more. Now, let's check out that gameplay footage and get ready to hear all about it. Okay, people, this is The Evil Within. Oh, mama of pearls. This game will leave you scared shitless, seriously. There's a lot of jump scares in it. There's horrible ways you die in it. I mean, you die by the hands of some of these enemies, it's instant frickin' death. Oh, GM Chrysler. What a disturbing development that game was. Either way, it's based on a cop who, along with his partner and another cop, a female cop, also go into this asylum, okay, to investigate this mass murder that happened. Unbelievable how this story starts out. Buildings breaking apart, freaking shifting into one another and everything else. It was just, holy shit, what the hell is this game all about? Basically, it's like a psychological thriller of sorts, because you pick up brain gel after killing zombies and everything. Now, this is not like Resident Evil 6 at all. No sirree. This game had it all. This brain goo that you pick up, gel or whatever you call it, they call it green gel, okay? Literally, when you pick it up, it adds as a point system kind of thing. You use those point systems of that green gel to upgrade your weaponry, upgrade your agility, upgrade this, upgrade that. Seriously, you have to have this green gel for just about everything. Okay? Other things to look for. Hidden treasures. Seriously, if you find any of these little angel statues around, you break them and you'll find a key. The key unlocks little mini vaults inside the asylum where you're at. Basically, you jump back and forth between worlds. You jump between the real world, where you're inside of an asylum, and then you jump back into the scary, horrifying world that is the evil within. Seriously, horrifying. Some of these guys are instant death kills. I mean, there's this one that's like a spider lady, for God's sake. The minute she grabs you and she starts pounding down on your ass, you're done. It's over. There's no way to stop it from happening. Okay? There's another guy with a motherfucking chainsaw. He'll chase you around and shit, and if he gets a hold of you, it's instant death. I mean, this game has got instant death up the frickin' yin-yang. Woo! Either way you look at it, this game is phenomenal. Bethesda, and Tango Gameworks did a fantastic job on this. Brilliantly well done. Now, if you got the game on pre-order, even if you didn't get it on pre-order, it came with the exclusive Fighting Chance pack. It's a digital download thing that allows you to use certain weapons in the game and stuff. Certain amounts of brain goo and so on and so forth. I mean, it gives you some good shit in this thing. Either way you look at it, this game was perfect to no end. Seriously. Even the final boss battle was great. I mean, holy crap. Fighting inside of a giant brain. The villain's giant frickin' brain. I mean, whoo! Unbelievable. There's some brain teasers that'll really keep you guessing about everything. There's collectibles that you find along the way that explain more about your character, who he is, why he was a drunken man at one point and shit, what happened to his wife and child, and so on and so forth. The story itself was phenomenal, and I cannot wait to highly recommend and slap a badass seal of approval on this baby. Because guess what, people? We're on our final verdict for The Evil Within, and I'm telling you right now, we're going with a 10 out of 10. Seriously, badass seal of approval. High recommendation you try it out for yourself. If you've already played it, and I know a lot of you have probably already played it and stuff, seeing as how the game came out in around October, November kind of thing, okay? Put it down in the comments below. We want to hear from you. We want to know your thoughts on this game. What was it like for you when you played through it? Did you get jump scared? Did you at one point want to piss yourself, shit yourself? I mean, seriously, people, come on! Let us know what you think. Because our badass seal of approval is going on this baby. A high recommendation you try it out for yourself. And a 10 out of 10 for a final score. Loved it. Every freaking moment of it. It's the return of real survival horror. Seriously. Not like that Resident Evil 6 bullshit. Seriously. People, this is the one for you. Final verdicts, once more, is a 10 out of 10 for The Evil Within. Badass seal of approval and high recommendations. Check it out for yourselves. Okay, now we're going to move on to our movie review coming up next. First movie review of 2015, and it's on Seth Rogen and James Franco's The Interview. This film was a piece of shit altogether. And just to clarify things, okay? Sony, you made a big fucking deal out of nothing. Seriously. This movie was so overhyped that it was ridiculous once you see it. North Korea, you're a bunch of idiots. You wanted to fight over a freaking film that was the most stupidest piece of shit ever made. Seriously. The interview is all about how two news guys, a TV interviewer, and his producer, are told by the CIA, we want you to go to North Korea and assassinate Kim Jong-un. What? Seriously? You get these two to conduct a fake interview with him and shit, and then you want him to assassinate? What the hell? They're not even real assassins. Okay? They're not trained for that kind of thing and shit. And they botch every damn thing they come across. Seriously. From almost being killed in North Korea because of certain mistakes made, certain things said, and so on and so on and so on. It just was so stupid. There was nothing funny about this movie. The acting was horrible. Even the guy who played Kim Jong-un, portrayed Kim Jong-un, for that matter, was a terrible actor. And all except for the whole, right down to the pouty look kind of thing and so on and so forth. He was a horrible actor. Seth Rogen, James Franco, you guys did a horrible job in this. Okay? I suggest you go back to doing your half-baked crap and leave it at that, okay? Because you two were horrible in this film. Seriously. James Franco wasn't even that great of a Harry Osborn in the frickin' Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. Terrible acting, terrible storyline, terrible movie altogether. North Korea, you're dumb for wanting to go to a war over this stupid movie. Seriously. Oh, you showed the movie at theaters, we'll launch an attack on every movie theater, blah, blah, blah. Why? Seriously. Why? Why would you want to attack a theater over this piece of crap? Ugh. My final verdict on the interview is a 4 out of 10. On top of all that, 2 thumbs down. Terrible film, terrible acting, terrible storyline altogether. There was nothing funny about it, nothing spectacular about it. Sony made a big deal out of it for nothing. Either way, no high recommendation. You check it out for yourself. If you've already seen it, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Other than that, that's it. This film was a piece of crap, waste of time, waste of film, waste of money, and I'm glad, for some odd reason, I'm very glad they just went ahead and put it on YouTube and all that crap. Okay? For free. Free on demand kind of thing to watch. I did not care for it whatsoever. It was the most stupidest, downright idiotic piece of crap film since that bad Grandpa Jackass crap. Okay, that's it. We're done with the movie review. We're done with that altogether, and the interview can go in the fucking garbage for all I care. Okay, now, we're going to move on to our anime review for 2015, the first one for 2015, coming up next. One for 2015, and it's of Outlaw Star, one of my most favorite animes when I was growing up. Seriously, I love Outlaw Star. I saw the original Japanese versions first learned Japanese, English subtitle kind of thing at a young age, and then saw the English dubbed version. It's awesome. No matter which version you watch it in, it's awesome. And Aisha Clan, I love Aisha. She is so funny. Every time she's always talking, she goes, "I am Aisha Clan," and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, no. She repeats herself at everything. Seriously. And when she's trying to get out of trouble, she'll act like this sweet and innocent cat girl and go, meow. Either way, Outlaw Star is about Gene Starwind and his ship, known as the Outlaw Star. His brother and him are orphans, basically. They were stranded on this planet until they come across this girl who is trying to, escape some evil person and so on and so forth. Okay, it turns out this evil emperor, he hires bounty hunters to go after Gene and his brother to get the girl back. Okay, and along the way, they meet Aisha Clan. They meet, I think her name is Kabuki? Or something like that. She's like an ancient, I guess she calls herself like a samurai warrior. Okay, but she's not dressed in a samurai outfit. She actually goes around in a kimono and with her sword and everything. And it's a wooden sword, for God's sake. Not a real sword, it's a wooden sword. Okay? And apparently that wooden sword can do a lot of damage. Up until the point Gene strips her of her dignity. Seriously. He somehow, during his fight with her, grabs the string, the tie around her kimono, undoes it enough to the point that her cleavage starts showing and stuff, and she's sitting there like, don't look at me and everything else. The series has hilarious moments off the yin-yang. When Aisha Clan gets involved, seriously, she is just there for the comedy relief. I mean, she's badass in her own way, okay, but she's also more of the comical relief to the whole show. The storyline goes from being an action-packed to a romantic to silly. It's got it all for you. Gene Starwind, one of my favorite guys of the anime universe. I mean, seriously, I want to cosplay Gene Starwind one day. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It costs a lot of money to cosplay, apparently. Just ask any of our cosplayers of the week. They'll tell you all about it. Either way, our final verdict on Outlaw Star is a 10 out of 10. I love this series. There was more to it than you originally saw on TV. If you got the DVD box set, there's more to it than what you had seen on the TV-based episodes, okay? A high recommendation, you try it out for yourselves, and a badass seal of approval for some of the greatest action sequences in it. Not to mention, I forgot to mention, the Outlaw Star is one of these, robotic arm ships, okay? This sucker brings out, grip things and uses them to grip other ships they're fighting and stuff and rip them in half and crap like that. It's like, woo! Love it! Either way, that's it. For our anime review for 2015, our first one for 2015, we'll have another one coming up next week. Either way, that's it. Final verdict on Outlaw Star is a 10 out of 10. Badass seal of approval and high recommendation. You try it out for yourselves. Check it out for yourselves. If you've seen it, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And bear in mind, no vulgar or rude comments will be tolerated anymore. Your comments need to be clean and precise. Do not put down there about how I'm a fucking retard or any of that crude, unnatural crap, because you will be banned from this channel so fast you won't know what hit you. Alright, that's it. On to our final part of the show, the Cosplayer of the Week. Who is it for this week, and who is it that is our first cosplayer of 2015? You'll have to find out next. for the Cosplayer of the Week segment, brought to you by the Adventurous Joe's Show. Woohoo! That's right, people. We started it. We're the good ones. Yeah. Either way, this cosplayer is well known between his Green Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Green Ranger, to Spider-Man, to Red Arrow, and so on and so on. Okay, this guy has cosplayed a lot of characters, and not too many that are that he's done as of yet and everything. But he's a terrific cosplayer, also a terrific photographer. I've heard from Yaya Han and a few others that he's a great photographer, and we like that about him. You never know, he might even make Photographer of the Week one day. Who knows? Either way, please welcome now to the next inductee to the 2015 Cosplayers of the Week Hall of Fame induction ceremony that'll be taking place once again at the end of this year, provided we all survive by the end of this year. It's like a day after tomorrow outside right now. It's ridiculous. Either way, please welcome now the very talented Skylander Cosplay. He's awesome. Check out a few of his amazing cosplays, and we will see you right afterwards. Enjoy! Your Cosplayer of the Week for the first Cosplayer of the Week for 2015, and our first inductee for the T.A.J.S. Cosplayers Hall of Fame for class of 2015, which again we will be showing it at the end of this year. Okay, so if he builds up some more amazing cosplays in between that time and stuff, we'll let you know. Congrats once again to Skylander Cosplay, and congrats to all of you for bringing him this far. Seriously, his Twitter, Facebook, and his Tumblr are all skyrocketed, people. Seriously, he got pretty good at what he does. Okay, and that's it for us here at the Adventurous Joe Show. Before I head out of here, let me just say once again, congrats to Skylander Cosplay, and I hope you all enjoyed the fifth season premiere for our show. I will tell you right now, I never expected to get this far. Seriously. I may have only 75 subscribers right now, but I never expected even to make it to this far. Okay? Once again, big thanks to all of my cosplayers of the week out there, and to my fans of the show. I can't thank you enough for everything you do to make sure this show keeps on going. And we hope to make more and more changes to improve on the show more and more. So, that's it. Once again, I am your host, as always, the Adventurous Joe, Joseph Michaels. Peace out. Peace out. May the Force be with you, and may the power protect you all. We'll see you next week, folks. Drive safely out there if you're caught in this death trap of a winter storm. Anywhere in the United States of America, that is. Even around the world, in some places, it's gotten that bad. What a horrifying mess. Seriously, be careful out there, people, and we'll see you all next week.